What is up, everybody? It's Jungo here, and today we have something pretty special. Today is the release of the new Pixelmon version 8.2, and there's a lot of new stuff. So let's just get into it. 8.2 finishes off the Generation 8 Pokédex. So here's all the new stuff that it adds. We got Kufant and Caparajah, the steel types. We got the new fossil Pokemon. Been waiting for these ones for a while. These ones are really cool, especially with their hidden abilities. Like this guy right here, I believe has Sand Rush. He's really cool. We got Duraludon, Steel Dragon guy. We got the Legendaries here. We have their normal forms and then their Sword and Shield version. So that's pretty cool. They got pretty nice models. We got Eternatus here. He's pretty big, as you can see, pretty big boy. Then we got Kufant and Urshifu here. And there's a new method to get these guys in these structures as well. The Tower of Darkness and Tower of Water, I believe. So you can find those spawning in your world and get the scrolls to turn this guy into one of these two. You have Single Strike and Rapid Strike forms. There doesn't seem to be too big of a difference between the models. Looks like the headband is a little different in the back, and their animations also are a little bit different. So that's kind of cool that they actually differentiate between those two forms. Next up we got Zarude. Grass Dark, I believe, mythical. So that's pretty cool. Then we got these guys from the new DLC from 8th Gen. Got Glastrier, Spectrier, and Calyrex. And then you have their respective written forms for Calyrex. So it's pretty cool. Let's make a day real quick. Sorry about the FPS. I am running some shaders to show off some of the new Gigantamax forms, so that's why. Then we got Slowking here, which I believe is the last new guy for the Generation 8 decks. So this is mostly just the Crown Tundra DLC stuff that was added, as well as a few things that they missed out on. Yeah, all these guys just weren't included in the last update. Alright, so that's all the new Pokemon. Then we have a bunch of new items. We have the 4 new fossils, and to use these you can actually put 2 fossils into the fossil machine now. So you combine 2 of these to make a single fossil Pokemon from over there. And here's the uncovered forms here. We got the Max Mushrooms and Max Soup. That you can use on a Pokemon that has the ability to Gigantamax, and then it will unlock that for them. Pretty nifty. I'm not sure where you find the Max Mushrooms. Maybe Mushroom Islands? I had to guess. We got the Reigns of Unity next, and that's what you need to tether one of the mounts to Calyrex. We got Guard Spec, which hasn't been included before for some reason. That's kind of weird. We got Clint's Tag, another weird one that hasn't been included but now is. Fluffy Tail, I believe that is. I want to say it works like a Pokédoll. I can't remember. I don't think I've ever used one. Then you got Blunder Policy, and this new one, the Ability Patch. This is pretty cool. This changes a Pokemon's ability to its hidden ability. So these are, I'm guessing, very rare in Pixelmon because they're pretty hard to get in the main game. If you're a server maker, you can you know, add a new way to get those or a shop or whatever. That's what I'm probably going to do, is make it really expensive, but pretty cool item. You got the Galerica Wreath, heavy duty boots. These are a really cool item from the new games. Prevent hazard damage like spikes and stealth rock. It's pretty cool. We got the terrain extender, which extends terrain like grassy terrain and psychic terrain. Adrenaline orb. Can't say remember what that does. Then we got the rusted sword and shield, which is what you need to turn Zacian and Zamazenta into their final forms. And then we have the heart scale, which also has not been in the game until now. So server makers can probably find a good use for those. Next up we have the Scroll of Water and Scroll of Darkness, I believe they're called. It looks like waves, so we'll say that's waters. You get these in the new structures that spawn in your world to unlock Urshifu forms for Kubfu. So that's pretty cool. That's all the new Pokemon and items. A lot of cool stuff there. One thing I should note is in the previous version of Pixelmon, you weren't able to get the legendary birds, the Galarian forms. Now you are, and they have their respective new moves as well. So this guy is able to learn Thunderous Kick and Blaze Kick. This wasn't working in the past version, and I think it was added in this version. It's just not in the patch notes. So one thing to note. I believe the only way to get these guys is through the quest system, which I haven't really messed with too much, but now there's quest editors, so now you can make your own quests. So if you're a server maker, you can make a way to get these guys and other legendaries as well, so that's pretty neat. So yeah, got those three guys. Next up, we have the Gigantamax forms. And I scaled these guys down just so you can see the models more clearly. Most of them have some glowies, as you can see, even in daytime. I'll show you what they look like at night as well. So let's just run through them. We got Venusaur here. He's a little hidden. But yeah, he just gets big flower and longer vines pretty much. Charizard, one of the coolest looking Gigantamax forms in my opinion. Looks really snazzy. We got Blastoise with all them shooties. Got Butterfree, pretty cool. Pikachu, this one's really cool. Reminds me of like Gen 1 sprites in the original Pokemon cards, just big chubby chew. We got Long Meowth. Got Champ. Looks kind of cool, those glowy arms. We got Gengar. That's pretty cool animation. We got Kingler. It looks more like a king crab. And he's got a big old beard too. Got Lapras, one of the coolest Gigantamax models in my opinion. And he glows as well at night. It looks really cool. We got Eevee. It's just extra fluffy. Snorlax, looks like a big old island. What you doing, buddy? And then we got Garbodor. This is a pretty cool one too. It's got like buildings and planes in them. We got Melmetal, another weird looking one. And we got Corviknight. This one's really cool and also has some glowies. It's got little flying armor bits. We got Orbeetle. This one also looks pretty cool. Kind of has a weird glow. And the traction beam thingy. We got Flapple and Appleton, which, as far as I can tell, they have no differences between the models, but here's each one. We got Hatterene. Kind of a creepy looking one. Got a little guy in there. Got Duraludon, Skyscraper guy, Grimmsnarl. Not really a big fan of this one. He's got some glows though, pretty cool. And then we got Sandaconda. This one's pretty cool. Dreadnought here. It's pretty nice. He's got glowy eyes. We got Inteleon. This one's a weird one. Yeah, one thing to note, these, like I said, they're scaled down. Normally they're going to be much bigger. But this guy, it looks like the actual Inteleon model stays like normal size, and it's just the tail / tower thing that gets bigger on him. So yeah, just imagine this really tall tower with a normal size Inteleon sitting on top sniping. And then we got Colossal, one of my favorites from the new generation. Pretty cool. So as it's getting dark, you can see that the glowing is a little more obvious. Let's just turn it night. Yeah. Ditch this. Yeah, so most of them have something that glows. Even Inteleon's got the eyes there. Usually it's the eyes or something else. Looks like Duraludon does not have any. Yeah, see, this is a weird glow. It's cool. Shows it as like day in his tractor beam. It's pretty cool. Looks like he's got glowing Cyclops eye. These guys don't. I think Snorlax does. Yeah, he's got eyes. We've got Lapras. Really cool at night. Kingler. Oh, Gengar doesn't have any glowy. Or Meowth. Blastoise does. Alright. So that's that. Those are all the new models. Okay, what else was added? We have the TM system, which was one of the probably most requested changes. Because before it was just wrong. It was just bad. Like, the TM system was different for every Pokemon essentially, because some were Generation 7 and some were Generation 8. So now what they've done is added a whole TM system per generation. So you got your HMs, and then you have blank Galarian TM, blank TRs, blank Hoenn, and then they have a different entire TM system per generation. So we start with Sinnoh, and it's got all of them as you can see. Then we go Unova, Kalos, Alolan, we got Kanto, Johto, Hoenn, and Galarian. At the end you have, excuse me, at the end you have the blank other ones for different generations. And then you got all the TRs. So before it was pretty confusing because for things that weren't in the Pokedex for Generation 8 for Sword and Shield, then they would be on the Generation 7 system, TM system. So even if they could learn things that you think they could learn, it wouldn't work. And it was pretty confusing. There were a couple errors as well. Even for some things that were in the Generation 8 Pokedex, they were still going on Generation 7. But it seems now that they've fixed all that, because a really cool new thing is when you go on the status menu here, first of all you have a ribbon menu, so you can collect ribbons. And then there's this little TM button. Click on that, and this is really awesome. This will show all of the moves it can learn through leveling up, through breeding, and through TMs. So, Breloom, for example, the 1 and 2 is grayed out because Breloom didn't come out until 3rd generation. And then the 8 is grayed out because Breloom is actually not in Sword and Shield. You can't get him in those games. So he can learn TMs from generation 3 through 7. So you click on one of those and it'll show you all the TMs that it can learn. Pretty cool. Yeah. And then you got all your level up moves and all your egg moves. Really cool system they added. I'm really happy that they did this because it was really confusing before. Because you would have to go to the wiki. You know, you could either check the Pixelmon wiki to see what they can learn. But if it's out of date, then you go on a different site like Bulbapedia or something. And now you don't have to do that. Now you can actually just stay in the game and find out what they can learn and whatnot. So really great on them. Props for that. Yeah, like I said, there was a new quest editor. I went over that. I think that's most of everything. Let's see if I can find the quest editor. What does it look like? What are these two? I think those were in. There were lots of texture upgrades as well. Here we go, quest editor. There it is. So you can see the base Pokeball texture looks a little different. And I think most, if not all, the Pokeballs got a new texture upgrade. They look a little cleaner. So that's nice. They got mostly the little white shiny on top of the texture. Give it a little realism, I guess. Looks pretty cool. And what has to be one of the coolest changes on 8.2 is this. New battle menu. This looks real snazzy. Looks a lot more like a Pokemon game and less like Minecraft. You got your moves here. This middle button is reserved for Mega Evolving or Gigantamaxing, whatever rule set you're using for your dimension. We got items, Pokeballs, run. Or no, yeah, this is Pokemon. This is items. Yeah, and this will show all of the Pixelmon related things in your inventory. Really, really cool. So just to show you, we got Ultra Balls. I think that's all. Oh, I do have some restore items there. Don't have any battle items. Got some full restores. Yeah, the other thing is you get a battle log. Really cool. So I'm sporing Voltorb, and you can see that fell asleep. Then it's my turn again. You can scroll up and down if you're on a longer battle. I'll just show you real quick. There we go. You can see the whole battle log in battle. Really cool. Got a free Pokeball. Honestly, I don't think I want it though, but I'll take it. That's okay. Okay. Make a day real quick. Another really interesting thing is they changed a lot of spawning stuff. They added a lot of new trainers and Pokemon that trainers can have. So let's see if we can find a trainer, although I don't know if we will have any luck. It's supposed to be a bunch of new spawn areas that trainers can spawn in. So yeah, I don't know if we'll have any luck with that, but just look over the patch notes to check all that. There's like 10 new trainers that spawn in different spawn areas, and then they also changed a couple legendary spawn requirements. So like, for example, Mew in the past would spawn, I think, in Jungle M specifically, which is like a pretty hard biome to find. And then now Mew spawns in jungle temples. And there's a couple of things that spawn in temples. I think Marshadow spawns in nether fortresses, I want to say, something like that. So, yeah. So also along with this update, there are a ton of new forms, like Valencian forms. There's a bunch of new models for a few of the blocky, outdated Pokemon like Magmar and Magmortar got some new models. Doduo, one of the previously most ugly models in the game, no offense, has a new model. So there's also new moves that were added for all these new guys. Yeah, but check out the patch notes to see everything. Obviously, I'm not covering 100%, but there's a bunch of new stuff. It's a pretty big update. So, yeah, I think that'll do it for now. Be sure to comment what you like most about 8.2 and leave a like and subscribe. It really helps out new channels. Yeah, for now, peace out.